really sitting back and activating them and positioning ourselves in a place of power. That is just like, man, it's so essential right now. And not to
Absolutely.
feel rushed or, and I think that's important too, to fall back and to be still sometimes because there's so much happening and all these shifts that are happening right now, the distractions right now are just
Mm,
like ridiculously at an all-time high. Like every day,
absolutely.
I'm like, what the fuck? That's something different than they said yesterday. So it's
Hmm.
just like, so you really have to be tapped in internally. So what is
Absolutely.
your, with all this stuff that you are doing, all this beautiful, like very, very vital things that you're doing in order to move liberation for people, how do you, what does that practice look like every day for you?
Um. So first off, I'll start with it. So one of the first things I was doing when this pandemic was coming on us was like looked internal at myself, like what's my health life look like? You feel me? So I started looking up different master teachers from the health and wellness field and started to incorporate certain health regimens, certain herbs, certain things to put in my teas, make sure I'm getting my ginger, putting some cayenne pepper in my tea sometimes, or certain meals, I started cooking up my own homemade soups, you feel me? So I can incorporate some of those herbs and everything in that fashion. Some I've done through salads, adding things to the salad, you know, but ultimately, yeah, I was focusing on how can I eat better. One of the first things was like I started saying like we gotta splurge on ourselves, splurge on our inner being rather than just the exterior. And I went in deep roots. I swear I spent like $60, $70. I ain't have nothing. I had like one bag. I was like, where the rest of my food at? Where but at the end of the day, it was like I can't be cheap on my body. You feel me? On my mind. You feel me? Like I had to make sure that I'm putting high quality and making sure that I can operate at an optimal level, and also ways that I can elevate my immune system. You know, and then I've been working out. I mean, to be honest, like before the corona, I was kind of getting back into my workout regimen, but when that came down, it like kicked me into overdrive. And it was like certain time periods where you know how you be laying around being lazy, making excuses, and I might work out later. I'm gonna work out tomorrow. I will be. I mean, we stuck in the house. I'm like, look, it's on my mind now. You should work out right now. You feel me?
Right.
So I was like, in order to get away from procrastinating and making excuses, like it was certain things like you talking about you should be reading more. Open the book right now. You feel me? So I would just start doing things like that. Drop down and start my push up routine. Get my little in home workout in, and I'll be in the house getting active, like sweating, like, yo, what you mean y'all can't get right because the gym ain't open? Like, I'm in the house getting active, or I'm going outside to the park and me and T Walk getting some sunlight. I've been making sure I'm getting my sunlight on a regular basis, and plenty of water. So ultimately, the first thing was the health, and then the second thing, was the mind. Like, what's my mental space look like? Do I have like basically like I was talking about earlier where I was saying, we talk about entrepreneurship and artistic expression and things of that nature. But I'm like, dang, do I really have the ability to lead a community? You feel me? To get the needs to survive? Like, let's say we become free all of a sudden right now. Would I be able to like where would I be leading the people to? You feel me? I'm gonna be leading them to Food Lion to get their water. So I had to start asking the universe for, all right, I want to become a producer myself, but I'm not gonna become a producer or get my 1,000 acres tomorrow. But the universe started to connect me with people who already had 100, 200 acres, 1,000 acres. Um, and I just got up under their wing and I started to help contribute to them, all while being a student and watching them operate their land, operate their businesses. So that was the first keys to me was getting my body right and then getting my mind right. And not just learning any random facts, but actually learning what I could do or how to build a blueprint for our people, you know. So I read Up From Slavery by Booker T. Washington. Powerful book as a builder, as a school builder, nation builder, community builder. Highly recommended book. I've been listening to some Marcus Garvey, been looking at some Elijah Muhammad and seeing like how Elijah Muhammad could build Muhammad Farms, and he transitioned in the mid 70s, and in 2020 Muhammad Farms is still feeding people. You feel me?
Yes.
Like that's the type of time we gotta be on. That's what freedom looks more like than, I mean, we gotta pass down businesses, money, and things of that nature, but we got to pass down institutions and resources. So that's been my major keys right there.
Amazing. I just want to speak to your growth on that because I remember when we first met. Yeah, that health was like, yo, what else you gonna eat though?
Oh,
What
what?
else you
What?
gonna put on that plate?
What you
Yeah.
say? Oh, you saw me throwing down one day?
Right.
Oh, now I got some balance now. You know, I still throw down now, but I'm also sweating and working out a lot too, though. You know, and yeah. I'm all about the balance now. Certain things I've cut out. I mean, I've been off the pork. Um, I'm off the beef. You feel me? Um, and then there's just other things that I've just been incorporating, making sure I'm going out my way to just eat. Um, like put it like this: some of us will think like just eating vegetables and doing any random thing is healthy, but there's certain ways you can go about this. You know, to not eat but so late. Like I learned about your body takes about like 10 hours to break down food. So if you eat but so late, your body will be literally working throughout your whole sleeping period, which means you're not resting. You feel me? So when you might sleep 6, 8 hours and wake up still tired, that's because your body was probably working throughout the whole night. Um, and then also when you wake up, you know, people talk about breakfast, you know, breaking your fast, the break fast, you know, and making sure you don't just up and put a lot of heavy food in your body, you know, not, excuse me. So I will usually start my day out with like a smoothie or some fruit or something like that, and then I evolved to somebody told me, you know, you got to get like at least like 32 ounces of water. That was the recommended level. Get 32 ounces of water in your body before you eat anything. So now, man, look, I start my day out like a plan. I go out and eat. I have some water and sunlight for breakfast. You feel me?
Exactly.
And then I'll get into my fruit, a smoothie or something like that. And then as the day progresses, I'll eat like a heavier meal. You feel me? So
Yes.
I've been evolving every day.
Yeah, absolutely. When you ain't got all that those heavy metals and meats and all that other stuff in your body, you can you can process energy and you can think a little bit clearer.
Mm-hmm.
People
Yeah.
don't realize like our first brain is our stomach. There's so
Mm-hmm.
much with that because in that digestive process, all that flows through all other parts of our organs, of our cells, and how
Mm-hmm.
we process and all the other stuff. So yeah, getting that health together is important.
Absolutely.
That's one of the things that I teach first is like, okay, what you eat,
Mm-hmm.
what you eat, and then what's your daily practice like,
Mm-hmm.
so we can get those routines down and start to so people can tap in. I think we got so used to like moving so much and like eating heavy meals and thinking that was what we needed to energize us and to
Mm-hmm.
not really feeling our bodies. We
Right.
don't feel that, a lot of times, a lot of that heavy, whether it's processed food or whatever, is really weighing us down
Mm-hmm.
and keeping us from being able to function or, like you said, to rest.
Mm-hmm.
And that's vital. Sleep, air, water. Again,
Absolutely.
get down to the basic needs. So awesome, beautiful, beautiful. Yes, it's lot of awesome movements happening right now. I know I'm definitely in this space of COVID has changed a lot in how I share my things, but I've always been virtual.
Mm-hmm.
So that has picked up. And I like being in that space too because It's a different energy, and I get to reach more people that way, than the face to face. So, I missed a lot of the one on one in my travel, and being attuned into Mother Earth in different ways in that way. But
So,
nature,
so
getting out in nature is
oh
important.
yeah, absolutely. Let me add to the virtual though, because I ain't gonna lie, me and T Walk, we've been, I mean, way before 2020, we've been like, yo, we gotta get more engaged with our audience and speak more, show more content and all these things. But I mean, we like the last era that came before technology. We grew up without technology, so some of this we still evolving and adapting with. Like, I'm not really one to just be my phone in my face all day, talking to my phone and all that. Like, so it will be kind of like we was kind of dragging our feet with getting tapped in and more engaged with our digital audience, our social media audience. But this literally like this 2020 has like it's no excuses. Like, you cannot have any excuses. You got to tap in. If it's something your spirit and your soul is telling you to do, you better do it. You feel me? Or you're gonna look back at all the time that you wasted and like, dang, I should have did that. I should. How many times you gonna say that? How many years are you gonna say I should have did? You feel me? But ultimately, it's been a beautiful thing to start my different conversations, podcasts, and lives and things like that online. I've been able to connect with so many dope people that I would have never imagined, but it would just be like, well, everybody is sitting around kind of stuck in their home. So I would kind of reach above and beyond and let me see if I can get like Professor Griff or something, like M1 from Dead Prez, like Wise Intelligent. Well, to be honest, some of them names I already had in my circle of reach, and I would go ahead and reach out. But as I started to move, the universe started moving with me, and my man would hit me like, "You want to get Wise Intelligence on? Duh, yeah. You want to get Professor Grip? Yeah, you feel me?" So it's just been a beautiful divine year, like through all the trials and tribulations and any obstacles, we have had to overcome. I think overall it's just forcing us to get in a space of taking advantage of our time, our energy, our mind, our life, appreciating our life, and just ultimately, like I said, taking advantage of the time at the end of the day, and even evolving. I say the last thing I say in that breath is like just to evolve, like, because a lot of us, man, we probably had these grand 2020 vision plans laid out, but you know what they say, when you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. And a lot of us have had to evolve and become a little more fluid and a little more flexible, which ultimately gave me a broader diversity to what I'm capable of doing. I got into the stock market and I've been able to secure some nice little bags here and there off the stocks, and it's just like my I diversified my portfolio real heavy in these past few months. So it's just been a beautiful divine time.
Yeah, it's all about alignment, right? Like, I feel like that's the difference in, like, where if you know that you were on that right path, this whole shift that happened just put you right in place to where you needed to be, or where you said you wanted to be,
Right.
And it shifted right in there. I know that was a lot for me. It was definitely right for me to just like slow down and like, oh, I'm already doing a lot of this, so let me focus more attention on this.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's beautiful that you were able to shift right into that space.
Absolutely.
Right into that space. So tell me a little bit more about like what's going on in the arts. I know you all, so you are one half of Soul Society.
I'm 1/1,000,000th.
That's why I'm paused like that. I was like, wait for the numbers to like go up.
1/1,000,000th of Soul Society. We global. You feel me? But so as far as the arts go, T Walk, you probably have to bring him on. He can get more into the art side. He started a creative writing online course, And we've been doing the art galleries. We kind of been slacking the past. Well, I'm not even gonna say slacking. We've kind of took a break from the art gallery the past few weeks because there's just been so much other things going on. But yeah, we'll be coming back with the virtual art gallery soon, and we also gonna be coming back in the physical. We got a space in Greensboro, a community center that we're gonna be doing a lot of work in, and we're gonna be hosting a art gallery in that space in the near future, very near. And then also, hopefully the weather, is all good, but we planning this upcoming Sunday back in our hometown, Jacksonville, North Carolina, to have the Heart Gallery out there, as well as celebrating our 5 years of Soul Society. This summer we hit 5 years of operating, and it's crazy to like, dang, 5 years already, and we've made a lot of growth, planted a lot of great seeds, made a lot of great connections. So we're gonna be celebrating real big this weekend, and infusing the Heart Gallery, bringing some of our day one performers and artists to the table, and we'll probably go live so the people in the virtual world, social media world, can experience some of that. But yeah, that's one of the next art things we got going on. So yeah, that's pretty much the main things as far as the art goes right now. We have some other things that we cooking up, and of course we also, looking at the news on a daily and weekly basis to kind of see when we could really get back outside a little more. But yeah, it's been the last thing I add with the art is just within this whole movement and what's going on. It's been beautiful to see all the art, like the Renaissance, take effect in these times, like to see all the beautiful artwork and murals all over the country. I don't know if you've been to Greensboro anytime recently, but downtown Greensboro is beautiful. There's so much beautiful artwork, so many beautiful, powerful expressions down there. So, dang, matter of fact, now I'm just thinking about it. Like, we planning to do like a walking art gallery down there as well, where we just had the people come together. We'll start at a certain point, and then we'll walk and engage with some of the artwork that's up.
Okay, nice. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I haven't been down there in a while, but yeah,
How about out
that
there
movement.
in Asheville,
Huh?
right? You in Asheville, right?
Yeah,
Do they have like a lot of murals and different things around town out there? I know it's like a real artsy area.
yeah, yeah. They was on it as soon as it happened.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it for different reasons. I mean, when they started to do the protest downtown, they hurry up and worried up a lot of businesses down there. So that could be seen either way. But they made sure they put Black Lives Matter and all the art stuff and stuff like that. So it was cool. It was
For
nice.
sure.
But we did just get our Black Lives Matter mural on street mural a couple of weeks ago. When we had several local artists and some regional artists participate in that. So that was pretty dope to see. It's right around the monument that they're trying to take down, the Confederate monument that they're
Mm-hmm.
trying to take down. So that was pretty powerful. I feel like that in itself, like, talk about like, being a major manifester people that we are,
Mm-hmm.
and like putting our magic into things. Our spill work, our artwork is key to that.
Facts.
We start to dismantle and take up, all these names and all these, other monuments around the country, and we start to place our artwork and our names and our value and our stuff on
Mm-hmm.
there, and just saying that. I mean, it's a whole different agenda, but I still think it's part of the power that is like manifesting through this this revolution of the sense that we're having. So I think that
Absolutely.
very, very necessary and powerful to have the art. I mean, arts have always led the way to shifts and changes in the collective consciousness. Just the
Definitely.
way everything's done.
We tell artists, especially the students, like about how artists are historians in a way, and I know one of the some of the most powerful expressions of that is just like the hieroglyphics. Like the first form of written language was art. You feel me? Actually, all these words were originally symbols that were developed by artists. You feel me? But yeah, the hieroglyphics is art that um captured certain stories and messages, ancient messages. Then you got like the Olmec heads and things like that, and everything that was able to be uncovered in the North and South America that was able to capture a time period. That was literally artists, you feel me, that were able to show us like, dang, we've been here, you know, and that's the power of the arts right there, you know.
Yeah, all of it, all from the pyramids to the streets,
Yeah.
all of that is art. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
architecture is great, and that's I know that's what I put in a lot of my art. I mean, that's what comedic art is the manifestation of like the spiritual arts as well as like that unspoken language.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like there's so much more that we can activate through the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
You know, through this limited spoken word. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it paves the way for it all, and it tells the story. You know,
Absolutely.
it tells the story. So
Absolutely.
that's beautiful. I love the medicine. I got this fly going around me. I just the ancestors are strong right now.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got in my house. Just buzzing around my head.
Yeah.
So what else is going on out there? What else is the movement? Like speaking of like major manifesting, you've been talking about so many things that's upcoming, but what is something that's like dear and heart to you right now?
To be honest, like, so I'm a visionary, you know. As a visionary, we always got new visions. We always got new ideas. So me, I've evolved in kind of creating my focuses, my focus zones, you know, because me, I'll be out here working on 10 things at once for you know it, you feel me? So I've got some notebooks I've been filling up, and I'll be doing my different little journaling or just taking notes on certain ideas or certain things I'm studying. Um, and I've been, you know, filling up the journal and everything, all while staying focused on a few things at a time. You feel me? So I've been focusing. That's another reason why the Heart Gallery kind of fell into the back seat for a second, because we just been staying focused on certain things at a certain time, you know. So over the past month and some change, I've been heavily working on this online course that I've been talking about. Um, and then over the past couple weeks, this water that had me, man, this joint that had me occupied. Like, I've been running up and down. Man, look, I had not expected to move so much water so quick. You feel me? So every time I turn around, I'm back getting more water. You feel me? And it's only been, well, Friday will be 2 weeks, and I moved over like 200 gallons already. You feel me?
Wow.
So I've been planning, like I'm making a trip back home when I get off of this, and that's like 3 hours away. And I had like 10 more gallons ordered than what I had on stock. Like, I was planning on being home yesterday, and then I was going to do the live from back home, but I couldn't even go back home yet because I had to go get some more water. You feel me? I'm like, there's no way I can't go down there with, I really don't even got enough room in the car to take as much as I really need. You feel me? But I'm like, I'm gonna have to double back and get everything I can. I'm gonna have to fill up this car on my way. But yeah, so that's been the main thing. Working on different clothes and things like that. We've been releasing. T Walk, he been in the lab cooking up some new music real heavy. So we've been coming up with, you know, different strategies and marketing schemes for all these different things. So yeah, that's been the main thing, getting T Walker music together, getting this water pumping, working on the online course. Those are the main things. And then, this community center. Okay, I can talk about that as well. So in East Greensboro off of Phillip Avenue, there's East White Oak Community Center. So it's like an old community center. It's been ran by a family over some time now. And you know that era of the elders that they was like really about their business, about their community, and they may have not necessarily found the successors to pass down the things to before they transition. And they kind of in that space right now where they're looking for that new energy, that new life to kind of So we're going through a remodeling process, and then we also are organizing some programs that will be hosted in this space. But we pretty much got the green light to host all different types of educational programs. We got a brother; he's going to do self defense and weapons training and certifications. He's going to also do the raised beds gardens on the outside. Then we got some different art programs, artistic expression, art therapy, art development. What else we gonna have there? We're gonna have some health and wellness going on, some different health and wellness programs. It's a kitchen, so we'll probably maybe have some culinary classes as well as selling some of this good health and wellness food out of there or something like that. Um, and then like half the building, well, overall, it's overall dedicated to like a museum type of aspect where, so they got like half the building where they got like murals and stuff and different artifacts and memorabilia from like the Greensboro Four, and different other Greensboro unsung heroes, basically giving the honor to the ancestors and also highlighting that, and so the youth can really know about some of the greatness that has came from the community that we living in. So that's one of the major keys right there too that I'm really excited about, to have an actual space we can host our own events and programs and have the freedom to do what we want to do, how we want to do it. And we pretty much going to be exchanging in a good way where we basically going to invest a lot of sweat equity, and in return we're going to be able to get a green light to host our events for little to no overhead. Of course, we're going to all be working together to balance our schedules out, so that's something we're going to be working on over the next few weeks, try to etch out what's already reoccurring programs and services there, and then see what's available to fill in those gaps. So we're going to be looking for a lot of educators and people in the community to come host their programs. We're going to have a tutoring and a mentorship program there. We needed that anyway, but now more than ever, with the lack of being able to go into the schools, a lot of people doing the virtual and at home schooling. So there's going to be a lot of support and things that we need to create where we can give the proper resources and support to the youth coming into this upcoming school year. So on August 15th, we're going to do like a community cleanup day where we come together, make sure that outside, do our beautification outside, doing some cleaning up inside, rearranging some of the rooms and getting them ready for us to be fully operational. And then we'll also, it was kind of short notice, but as many school supplies as we can get, we're going to give those out that day as well. And then we just going to also roll out some of those programs so the parents and the community will know these are some of the things that'll be going on in this space, and these are some of the ways we'll be supporting the youth in this space. So that's one of the major things that I'm looking forward to in the near future that we're working on.
Good. Glad to see they're doing something in that space. I remember going into that space some years ago, and they were trying to figure out, how to get some programs and stuff moving into there. So I'm glad that you all are doing that. It's a beautiful
Absolutely.
spot.
So Clement, I don't know if you know Clement Mallory, poetry and basketball.
Of course.
Yeah, so he's like one of the head people right now, doing the like program director, and he's been like really, man, I don't know. It might be about a year by now, but him and Main Man, they've been steady telling me about White Oak Community Center, East White Oak Community Center. And I've been moving around, doing different stuff, using different spaces, and I never got out there. And like I said, the 2020, the Corona season has done cleared all the distractions and able to put the essentials on the forefront. And I just ain't had no excuses. I ain't had no events coming up or going on. So like, let me pull up to the spot, see what y'all got going on. And as soon as I touched down, I was like, this is it right here. Like, yo, we about to get this popping right here. and it's perfect in the right community that we need to be in. It's close to A&T. I mean, it's in a perfect location, so we gonna bring some of the heavy energy in there.
So yeah, it happened as it's supposed to. It happened as it's supposed to.
Absolutely, right on time, divine timing as always.
Yeah. So all right.
So
So what you want to tell the people? What you want to speak to? I want to ask you to speak to the divine masculine on where we are and whatever words you have
okay,
to give.
so let's see. What I will say, I don't know. We in a special era right now, and there's a lot of people that's on this freedom to do any and everything you want to, and the man could be what man could be a house dad, and the woman could be bringing home the bacon. And man, look, everybody can do them at a certain extent, but I feel like as a man, we have to be protectors and providers of our families and our communities. You know, especially like the police brutality things going on. Like, man, we got to get serious about pulling together our mind, body, our resources, and figuring out how can we secure our own communities. How can we protect and serve our own communities? What are some of the old blueprints we need to look at? I think a great blueprint is some of the like foundations of some of these games. A lot of them they transition out of the foundation of what they were created for. But in the 60s and 70s, these gangs was created to protect and serve our community from the police, from white militias and white gangs. You feel me? We got to get back to that and be serious about being the ones to protect ourselves and our own people. You feel me? I think that's major key. And yeah, we gotta get serious about training. Training physically, training, getting our weapons training in, getting our certifications and all that. Like, I think that's a major key right there. So I think the protection is a major key. I'm still trying to figure out how to bring back some more love, balance, and harmony in the man and woman fragmentation that's going on. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, women not feeling protected, men feel they type of ways, and all type of stuff going on where we are so combative. And I'm like, and if there was never a time for us to be together, it's now. And with the enemy on the forefront attacking us, we're still attacking each other. You feel me? I mean, the men are still attacking each other. Every time I turn around and see some more shooting and killings in our own community, it makes me sick to my stomach. Like, because at the same time, the cops come in and do whatever they want, and I'm not pushing us to be violent and to be killing and things, but why are we so, like, we'll kill our own brother in our own community over stepping on our damn shoes. The police are coming in our neighborhood. Like, a lot of these gangsters, I ain't seen them at the rallies and pulling their guns out and none of that. Like, where y'all at? But I will say, I think there's a beautiful blueprint in the fruit of the Islam. It's been beautiful to see the NFAC, and I don't know if you saw the black militia that was on Stone Mountain and all that. That's been beautiful. I seen a beautiful demonstration of the Hebrew Israelites. I can't remember if it was Detroit or Chicago. But I don't know if you saw the video with them in they all purple, and they was just, I don't know how many people was out there. Like, I never seen the back of the line in the video. Like, you feel me? So I think it's things like that. We gotta organize like that and come together and be very intentional and direct about what we're going to demand and what we're not going to allow in our community. So we got to protect and serve and check the police, and we also got to protect and serve and check our own brothers and sisters in our community. A brother that's doing something foul in the community, we gotta check them. You feel me? Head first, because it hurt me, like, to keep hearing like we don't feel protected and y'all gotta check. Man, I'm like, look, I mean, when I'm in the presence of, like, I'm not allowing nothing crazy to go on. You feel me? But it's just like I be feeling helpless sometimes because a lot goes on outside of our presence, outside of our view. So it's like there's other men that be around sometimes in some of these cases, and I'm like, what y'all doing? Like, y'all got y'all phones out, y'all want to record. My bad. All right, we here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just like, yo, it's brothers around in this video where this woman is getting. Man, the sickest thing I saw was like this group of young boys. They was jumping a sister. Like, this is crazy. It's crazy. I feel like we really got to get into our own community where we can control the flow and the vibes and how we operate in our community, because we've made a lot of great progress. I see us operating at the highest level in my lifetime as far as being pro-black, being community oriented. But even still, it's so much poison that's going on in our communities. There's so many poisonous mentalities in our community, and yeah, we gotta do something about it. So, in my own personal abilities, I feel like my major role and purpose is to touch the young men, to make sure they grow up in the right proper space and mentality, as ones that's going to serve their family and their community. But it's the adults where I be feeling like sometimes, like, a lot of us get stuck in our ways, and I'm not gonna say too far gone, but I don't have that ability to bring them back. But one of the only reasons I even could have hope that some of these um, adults that I feel like is so far gone is a model like the Nation of Islam, to see them transform young men, from all different levels, drug users and abusers to criminals and things of that nature. Like, I've seen them transform some men into men. You feel me? So I think we just gotta hold each other accountable at the end of the day. That's my main thing with the men. Be a man, fulfill your role of being a protector and provider in your family and in your community. And yeah, it's a daily process, but you got to be intentional about choosing to grow, choosing to learn more. I feel like there's a lot that I had to fulfill in myself. I didn't grow up with a lot of man figures. I've never seen a man operate a household. I've had some good man role models that I would see once a week, once a month, random occasions, but I never seen a man operate a household. So a lot of this I've been having to learn as I go. But the thing is, I'm being intentional about learning and growing. Some of us be like, I ain't had no father, I don't know, I ain't, and it's almost like they settling for not knowing. You feel me? No, there's men around that we can tap in with. There's elders, there's ancestors that got blueprints, books, speeches, all types of messages. So we got to go out our way to fulfill what that role of a man is. And that's another reason why I got the course and I'm breaking it down to ground zero, where we'll look at the progress of how we were operating as an individual in the hunting gatherer period. You know, what was the man's role? What was the woman's role? How do we exemplify our greatness? How do we fulfill our potential in our roles? You know, so yeah, at the end of the day, going back to the basics, you know, and I'm just one step at a time. I'm trying to organize all the like-minded brothers I can, all while helping the other ones grow at the same time. And my number one way of teaching the adult men is to be that example, you know. So that's the major key for me right there.
Yeah, I think it's important, like what you're speaking on, is we are building, we are also healing. And so, it's going to be a lot of different, transitions happening in between, and we just got to be mindful of where people are, and hope they get it, and like you say, like be accountable and hold people accountable when we see it, and notice, we can only do so much. So.
Oh, yeah. The one thing I want to add to that is the mental health aspect. because a lot of us have been traumatized and gone through traumatic experience. We got PTSD all throughout our communities, um, all that. And I think we definitely got to get serious about getting therapy and counseling and just different forms of mental health. Different forms of healthy self expression. Um, T Walk, he'll probably get more further into this when he talked to you, but growing up, man had a wild temper. You feel me? And he talked about how music and writing gave him a way of healthy expression. And I think we all gotta find what is our medium of expression. You feel me? And we all, whether it's writing, whether it's doing some artwork, whether it's maybe you're not even gonna be the next best rapper, but if your healthy expression is finding a booth to go into just to get some feelings out and ride in your car to those feelings and process it like that, then do that. So that's a major thing we will be doing with the youth is exposing them to different options that they have. And they might not even directly, I mean, we'll tap in on the mental health aspect, but we'll also just be putting them in spaces where I know you say you don't want to be a rapper or a singer, but today we're gonna all make a song. You feel me? And allow you to go through that experience to see, like, you might come out the other side like, dang, I really enjoyed that. I really feel like I lifted something off of my chest, off my shoulders when I did that. Or I really enjoyed this journaling exercise. I really enjoyed doing this poetry or whatever it may be. So that's a major key as part of what we're doing within Soul Society is creating spaces of healthy expression, art therapy.
Yes, well, love. We got I didn't even know they were gonna do a countdown. It's the longest I've been on here, so I appreciate you.
Okay,
brother.
for sure.
Let people know where they can find you. And
So
yeah,
follow us at Soul Society NC. Check out some of our clothes and T Walker's course on and his music on heavyenergyuniversity.com. I also got some adult collection of photos. I'm a amateur photographer as well at Eyesight Visions. That's the letter I, sight, SIGHT _vision. So yeah, that's it. Oh, and follow the YouTube. We want to run up the YouTube. Just follow us, type in your search bar at Soul Society NC. You'll find our YouTube page. We got some dope interviews. We got David Banner interview, KRS-One lecture, Sonny Patterson, Moo Fresh. I mean, we got some heavy ones up there. So y'all tap in with us on that, and we'll be doing a lot more of our lives and conversations on YouTube as well. So I greatly appreciate your time, your love, your energy, your support. And yeah, we're gonna be connected and more building to come.
definitely. Peace, love.
Hey, we out of here. Peace. Hold on. As a group, I feel we allow labels to mess us up, man. Yeah, I feel that it's a lot of issues we got with the fragmentation of these labels and how they dissect us up into different categories and groups, and then we start to compete against each other under the basis of our groups and things of that nature. So I definitely feel you on that. But we are the solutionaries. We the ones that we've been waiting on. And yeah, it's up to us to change those frequencies and those energies that's flowing through our families and our community. So I appreciate y'all tapping in, and it's more to come in the near future. One love.